Next, we'll continue to study the life of Guru Padmasambhava. Yesterday, we discussed some of Guru Padmasambhava's experiences in seeking the Dharma. Then he consulted his master. He's referring to Guru Padmasambhava, right? Guru Padmasambhava asked his master, "What should I do now? I have received so many teachings." The master replied, "In eastern Vangala, Vangala seems to be Bangladesh, north of a city called Vajrapura within Vangala, there is a forest called Vaśiṣṭa. Inside it there is a small hill. Go there and practice glorious Heruka." Glorious Heruka is the embodiment of all wrathful deities. This is very important. At that time, Guru Padmasambhava initially practiced glorious Heruka. He followed the instructions and came to this place. Without effort, he obtained the lotus karma mudra. It seems it was either Mandarava or Shakya Devi. He practiced for 6 months the great practice of the unity of development and completion stages. Through this, he frequently beheld the Buddhas of the 10 directions and requested teachings from them. Before long, he attained the fruit of the supreme accomplishment of Mahāmudrā and manifested the Vajra body. It should be in the Yangleshö cave in Nepal. At that time, he was practicing the true nature. He was practicing this. At that time, some famine also appeared in Nepal. Guru Padmasambhava himself did not go. He sent a disciple to a certain place in India to rely on Prabhahasti. Prabhahasti taught him Vajra Kilas. Then this disciple brought it back. Perhaps it was this text that he offered to Guru Padmasambhava. Then Guru Padmasambhava practiced the true nature together with Vajra Kilas. Now, in many Dharma teachings, there are also such practices. Later, all the famine was completely eliminated. He himself also attained the fruit of Mahāmudrā. The fruit of Mahāmudrā, according to Longchenpa's other teachings, is the Mahāmudrā fruit from the 2nd bhumi to the 10th bhumi. It should be like this. He attained the fruit of Mahāmudrā. Later, Guru Padmasambhava thought, "I must now work as much as I can for the benefit of sentient beings." So in places like Terakede and others, there is a country called Tharu, kingdoms Kamarupa and Nepal, among others. All these northern places he went to. For many years, he taught the Dharma to disciples with karmic connections as much as possible. Through the alchemical elixir and life-prolonging medicines, he enabled tens of thousands of people to live longer and become wealthy. At that time, Guru Padmasambhava, actually in many of Guru Padmasambhava's Dharma teachings, the main focus is on longevity and wealth. These teachings that people really love nowadays are quite abundant at that time, including what many people like nowadays, health preservation, secrets of not aging, and so on. Guru Padmasambhava was quite skilled in these areas. Then he developed water sources in places without water. In places with too much water, he channeled the water downward. Including when he came to the Tibetan region later, he accomplished many practical things that truly benefited the people. Yes, water engineering. Now there's the South to North Water Transfer Project, many water engineering projects. Actually, when we went to Africa, we really wanted to pump some water for them. It's so dry there. So, from our perspective, it seems that Guru Padmasambhava of the Vajrayana, if we speak in modern terms, perhaps it's like Christianity, including building schools, doing charitable work, things that are truly beneficial to sentient beings. At that time, in Guru Padmasambhava's biography, he also did such things. Then in places like Tharu, Champa, and Khasya, even today there still exist the accomplishment waters from Guru Padmasambhava's time, underground springs. Perhaps there are traces of these. They all exist. In the place called Kamparana, there is a large river named Bhatti. Then regarding this large river, Guru Padmasambhava channeled about 1 day's journey and half a day's journey of water entirely into the earth's crust. Perhaps at that time he essentially created a canal. Originally there were probably frequent floods, including now at Dujiangyan there were originally Li Bing and his son. If they hadn't appeared, it said that they relied on doing various things. There are many historical accounts. But now some archaeologists have discovered that they didn't rely on other methods. They examined the Feng Shui there and buried various statues of different animals inside. For this reason, no floods appeared at Dujiangyan. When we passed through, isn't there a statue in the middle, the statue of Li Bing and his son? So back then there may have also been such methods, including when Guru Padmasambhava came to that place. The floods there were very severe. Perhaps Guru Padmasambhava truly did channel the water into the earth's crust, or perhaps he made some adjustments to the Feng Shui here, including rituals, including placing some statues. This situation is possible at that time in the southern part of Indian territory. Below he discusses some harm from non-Buddhists. Guru Padmasambhava also began to subdue them in the southern part of Indian territory near a place called Trilinga. There is the Trimala sandalwood grove. Then nearby there is a place where Lakshmana is located. There is a place called Shivastan. There a self-arisen object about a foot in size appeared, Maheshvara's genital organ. They call it Shiva's lingam or something. There are so many in India. Nepal also has many, including Bhutan, which also has such symbols. Every day the local people would slaughter large numbers of livestock for blood offerings. In this place, the non-Buddhists relied on sorcery to curse. This caused all the Buddhists to be infected with plague and suffer repeated misfortunes. Trimala was originally a good place. That place had many Buddhists, including most of the offerings for Odantapuri Monastery also came from here. Odantapuri Monastery, originally there, many of the secret mantra teachings, including Atisha, Marpa-Lotsawa, Maitrapa, all gathered in that place. Now it's not very far away, but it has all been occupied by Islam. It's now occupied. This situation in recollection of the time gone by, a dreamy pilgrimage with my guru 30 years ago, I discussed the entire process. Therefore, it was inevitable that they would suffer harm from the non-Buddhists. Just now I mentioned Odantapuri Monastery. Regarding Odantapuri Monastery, at that time it was one of the 3 great monasteries in India. Especially as the source of Tibetan Buddhism, it was an extremely important place. At its peak, there were over 10,000 monastics there. This place was basically entirely a practice center for secret mantra. Speaking of India, at that time, there were Nalanda Monastery and Vikramashila Monastery. Vikramashila Monastery and Nalanda Monastery mainly focused on practicing the exoteric teachings. This Odantapuri Monastery mainly focused on the secret mantra. Then near eastern Vangala, southwest of Nalanda Monastery, there was Vikramashila Monastery. A small lake newly emerged. Inside it lived an evil Naga who loved the non-Buddhists. Whenever the non-Buddhists made offerings to it, they would obtain immeasurable gold, silver, jewels, and other treasures. Relying on these resources, they established in the eastern region many new non-Buddhist schools. Because of this Naga, Buddhism also suffered from its causing trouble and harm. The harm was quite great. Just now, one was near Odantapuri Monastery. There was also harm from non-Buddhists. Then near Vikramashila Monastery, there was also an evil Naga creating obstacles. Actually, not only now, but at that time when Guru Padmasambhava was present, the overall situation was also very complex. So as Buddhists saying, oh, it's complicated outside, there are obstacles outside, we can't practice, can't propagate the Dharma, can't establish practice centers, we also shouldn't be too timid. In Guru Padmasambhava's era, if he also hadn't been diligent, it seems it would have been very troublesome. Non-Buddhists, Buddhists, humans, non-humans, there was everything. It was the same. So you see, these 2 places were like this. There was also in Magadha's Rajagra a crystal rock. Upon it dwelled the non-Buddhist deities, many Vitalas of the Brahmin caste. Thus, the non-Buddhists, without needing difficult practice, could display clairaudience, clairvoyance, as well as divination, and the 5 elements calculations, and other miraculous powers. This also happened At that time in Magadha, there were also such special non-Buddhist miraculous powers of various kinds. Having miraculous powers, they certainly did all kinds of things. Not long after these things appeared, Guru Padmasambhava wanted to subdue them. So at the glorious Vajra seat in Bodh Gaya, he built a practice house. Guru Padmasambhava probably first established a practice center. First he built a meditation hut. He opened the mandala of awareness deity wheel-turning king's wrathful great mandala. Then he established a secret mantra mandala. He practiced relying on the Vidya mantras of the glorious Herukas. We still need to recite it. Each person should do so. Glorious Heruka is the principal deity embodying all wrathful deities. When we recite the sole air of the doctrine Tantra, it's also Om Buddhe Zeda Maha Om Rela Rela Hum Ku Hum. One is the peaceful mantra. This is the wrathful mantra. It seems Mifam Rinpoche's 100 mantras for purifying karmic obscurations also has it. I translated it. You can check it later. Om Rela Rela Hum Ku Hum. This is extremely important for all. At that time, Guru Padmasambhava also. Didn't he practice Heruka at the very beginning earlier? Now for all, including among our wrathful deities, when practicing, Heruka is extremely important. Regarding the Heruka Tantras, actually it's also this Tantra section. So this is the foundation of all, including the root of many of our Dharma practices. The Heruka Tantras, many Dharma teachings are like this. This is very important. Everyone should recite it more. In this way, one accomplishes the wrathful deity. Because this auspicious circumstance is inconceivable, we should recite this more. Everyone should know this. 21 signs of accomplishment appeared, such as blazing fire and laughter, and 3 solid Vajra Kilas appeared. Then with these 3 Vajra Kilas, one by one he subdued the non-Buddhists below. Okay, let's stop here for today.
Bandara Padmasambhava